Hello and welcome. This is Master K once again connecting to your soul, and at this moment in time I'm sending you lorry loads of love. Welcome to today's subject, and today's subject is how to cope with mind fog using oranges. I got you thinking now, haven't I? I can feel those cogs going round saying, well, what's Master K talking about? How can I cope and deal with mind fog using an orange? Is he crazy? Okay, so first of all, what is mind fog? Well, mind fog is a common symptom of anxiety. It's a clouding of the mind. It's where we find difficulty thinking and concentrating. We all get mind fog from time to time. I had it 2 months ago. I was stuck in a situation I couldn't get out of. I'll go into that in a bit. So what type of things bring on mind fog? Well, I'm just going to name a few here. Chronic anxiety, stress, fear is a big one, not sleeping properly at all, when we lose sleep, overworking, depression. And another thing that brings on mind fog is not having a solution to a particular problem. Now, as humans, we are very good at doing our daily rituals and our daily routines. Now, these routines include work. We already know what we need to do when we get home from work, and so on and so on. And we are excellent at these rituals and routines. So we, as humans, are very organized. We like to know where we are, what we're doing next. We have plans. But what if something goes wrong that we didn't expect to happen? What if a third party lets us down? This then creates mind fog. Now, about 2 months ago, this happened to me, and this gave me mind fog. Now, I was in a situation where I needed help from a third party. That third party was recommended by a member of my family. I didn't know this guy, and he let me down big time over and over and over and over. And my life for about 2 months was on hold. It affected everything. It affected my work, my car, and a lot of other different things. So I had mind fog at that moment in time. Now, remember that if we haven't got an answer to a situation or problem, this can also give us mind fog. Okay, let me give you another example that I was there at the time. It wasn't my mind fog, but I sorted it out. Now, a few years ago, I witnessed an accident to do with a youth driving a stolen car. In fact, there was two of them in there. They were about 16 years old. And basically, long story short, they crashed the car into the car in front of me, on purpose. Now, in the car in front of me, there was a family. There was a husband, a wife, and a little girl. She was about 8 years old. Now, seconds after this crash, these two youths that had stole this car got out, and they started walking quite fast away from the scene of the crime. Okay, now this guy, head of the family, he got out. We all rushed out, and we all went over to this family to make sure they were okay. They were okay. The daughter was crying, the wife was crying, and this gentleman had his hands around his head. He had his head down in his palms, and he was going, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" And he was shouting this out, "What do I do? What happens next? What do I do?" And this is mind fog. Well, what happened next, you ask? Well, I had a dog at the time, and I had a dog lead in my car. So I said to this guy, I said, "Look, remember what they were wearing, call the police." So that was his job. I said, "I'm going to follow them." So I took my dog lead and I followed them as if I had lost my dog, and I was calling the name of my dog out out loud. Of course I didn't have a dog on me, but they didn't know that. So I'm walking behind them, I'm getting closer and closer, and I watch them take their tops off now, okay, because someone would have recalled what they were wearing, and now there was two guys walking down the street with no tops on. It was summer, so it didn't look out of place. So I continued to just walk behind them, looking down all the time, pretending I've lost my dog, yeah, and I followed them basically up to their front door. I got an address now, and of course I was able to pass that on. But what I'm saying to you is mind fog can affect any one of us, and especially in this time of lockdown right now, there's a lot of people with anxiety attacks and a lot of people panicking, and they don't know whether they're coming or going. So here you are, I want you to grab an orange right now, because we are going to go through how to deal with mind fog and anxiety attacks if you are going through this now with this lockdown. So let's look at that now. So here we go then, how to solve mind fog with an orange. Now here is the solution. Right, for those of you that are on lockdown and are at home, which is probably most of us actually, get your orange out right now. And if you haven't got an orange, just listen. Okay, so you've probably guessed now that we can't solve our mind fog with an orange. It is a metaphor. Okay, so let's look at the orange now. What do we do when we get our fruit back from the supermarket or whatever? We wash it and we prepare it. So you should be doing exactly the same thing when you are in a situation that you need to get out of. Yeah, you need to prepare and look at that situation. So what is it we do next with our orange? Well, I usually roll it to make it a bit soft and easier to peel, but we peel it, don't we? We take the skin off. Yeah, after we've taken the skin off, we do what? We take that little bit of white layer off, because that's a bit bitter. Yeah, and then we break it down in sections. Now why do we break it down in sections? Because some of these oranges are big, yeah, some aren't, but the big ones we can only eat one section at a time. So let's recap right now. So how to cope with mind fog using the metaphor of an orange, and indeed this could also help us in our lockdown situation right now. So first of all, we looked at the situation, didn't we? So we would have looked at the orange we wanted to pick when we were out there buying it in the first place. The next thing we need to do is preparation, to prepare, yeah, and adjust to the situation. And number 3, we simply need to deal with one slice or one section of that situation at a time. Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day. The strongest temple, my friends, was built with one brick at a time. Just like the strongest castle, just one brick at a time. Yeah, take that metaphor of the orange with you. You can cope and you can adjust to this lockdown situation right now. Find your power, my friends. You're doing better than you think. And I will catch you again very, very soon. You take great care of yourself. And of course, as always, please stay safe. Yeah. And keep in touch with those that you love. Catch you again soon. Meta, my friends. Meta.